Good morning and welcome to Winnipeg. Now, I have different things out to help me remember to tell you different things. Now there's one thing I don't have out here, and that's my pizza. One of the viewers made the comment that when I was having my pizza yesterday, there was a chance that I was going to be getting grease on my plastic here, which in turn is going to get onto the hull, which in turn is going to make the paint not want to stick too good in that spot on the hull. So that kind of reminded me, maybe I should try and wipe this down a little bit. I'll just quickly do that off camera. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. Now, why do I have the deck out here? Got another comment from a viewer talking about the gun tubs and mentioned that why don't you glue the gun tubs in place? And at first I thought, yeah, that's right, I forgot about that. And then I was trying to remember, how do they go? Well, it turns out that the gun tubs, if I glue them down into place here so that we get this sprayed the same color as the side of the hull, then I'm going to end up getting spray. I'm going to have to mask this off, in other words. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to glue the gun tubs down into place because this is all going to go down afterwards. That's such a nice tight fit, it's hard to get out. Okay. Now, yesterday afternoon, I had a visitor here for coffee, and the person was looking at the Yamato kit and was expressing real interest in maybe wanting to build it. So we'll see how that goes. I'd really like to give this to somebody here in Winnipeg. So those of you who are Winnipeg viewers, maybe in the comments or send me an email. Some of you can are my Facebook friends, and maybe you're interested in making a model, and will definitely do it, or at least try real hard. Like don't ask for it if you don't really have the plans to actually do it. But yeah, I'd like to give it to somebody here in Winnipeg, if possible. And if not, well, then we'll see what happens. Beausejour is okay too. Yeah, I think one of the viewers is in Beausejour. Anyway, Beausejour, you don't know where Beausejour is? You haven't lived until you've been to Beausejour. Okay, now, okay, let's move on here. Oh, I've got the plugged in downstairs. So we are definitely going to be doing something, all being well, here today. I think I've mentioned everything I wanted to mention, so let's recompose. And one thing I am not going to be able to do when I'm spraying the sides of the hull here with the 19 is do a lot of close-up. I want to get the camera back out of the way, and in all likelihood I don't know if I'll leave it basically where it is, or maybe I'll put it on a tripod and I'll have it standing here. I want to get it out of the way so that I can wheel this thing around, because it's hard to turn around and not bang one end or the other. It's so long I can't see both ends at the same time, even at arm's length. Okay, let's recompose here and actually get at some spraying. Oh, another thing. Hang on. We got an Amazon package yesterday. And remember I said you'd probably be interested in what's in there? Well, there's something interesting in there. Yeah. Not that you haven't seen it before. Okay, let's get at it. Okay, I was thinking afterwards that possibly I can do these gun tubs if I hold this thing upside down and have the spray coming in like this. It's not going to, I don't think it's going to curl underneath and get onto our deck tan. At least I don't think it will. So I'm going to try that, and then we'll carefully put this in a safe place afterwards. Where am I going to put it here? Maybe I'll think of something. Okay, now This is going to be the first time we get to use our little cup cover, isn't it? Now this is thinned out, I'm guessing probably 30% or more. Okay, we'll get our fan going, get our needle adjusted. Okay, now for that safe place. I think I forgot to mention it, my regulator is set to about 12 pounds. Now probably here is where I'm going to really appreciate the fact that I'm painting on something dark, because this 19 is almost a perfect match to the plastic. So, alright, here we go. I think it's time to add some. Oh, this isn't coming out as good as I thought it would. I guess I should have done something about that. Well, it's kind of late now. That was a stupid mistake. I should have done something about that, because that's going to be quite noticeable. And this is the side that's going to be visible from when it's in the case too. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just move it back, and I'm going to give it a second coat. What do I got going on here? Looks like I must have spit or something, or maybe I did. Maybe I spit. Anyway, we'll take a look at it when I'm finished. I know there's only so much airbrushing you can stomach, right? Okay. We are about as far as I'm going to go for today when it comes to the spraying. I only did one coat. But when I was doing this joint on the other side, I was noticing that after I sprayed it, I could hardly tell where the joint was, and that was just after the first coat. So I was thinking, what a pity. But then I started thinking of things like, well, I could always have the ship turned around and pointed the other direction when it's in the case, and then we'd be looking at the good side instead of the bad side. And I thought, well, no, I kind of wanted to have all four ships, facing in the same direction. They're easier to compare when they're all basically the same orientation. So I'm thinking that I'm going to see if I can't I'm going to just wait until this is a little drier. I'm going to sand this down a little bit and just see if I can just very carefully just put a little bit of putty in there. I'm probably going to have to put another 2 coats on here. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't realize this was so bad. I can feel it quite anyway. Now, we are all cleaned up here, and I just wanted to mention that these things here work really good in this airbrush. They go through all the holes, you might say. And yeah, just wanted to mention that. I think we got that tip from 5 Airbrush Tony way back when we were doing the Bismarck. He recommended these things, if I'm not mistaken. Now, speaking of 5 Airbrush Tony, we are going to now be able to call me 3 Airbrush Rodney. Okay, I've got the Iowa, I've got the Pache, and I've got whatever this is. All right, get the scissors. Maybe I'll try this one. Nope. Good thing I can bleep out the nonsense. Now, when I was having such a terrible time with my Iowa, and when I had ordered this, I was reading comments, and also online people were talking about how their cheap Chinese knockoff was doing just as good as the expensive airbrushes. So I forget what this thing called. I'll look it up afterwards. I honestly forget. I think it was $30-something here in Canada, delivered to the door. So I thought, hey, why not? It seems to me that if I read everything right, it comes with extra needles, extra nozzles, another hose, like I need a third hose. Anyway, let's stop yapping and open her up and have a look. Okay, what do we get here that might actually work? All right, what it is supposed to have is there's supposed to be a needle already in this thing. Okay. And it doesn't seem to want to go back. Oh, I see. There's an adjustment here. That's different. I got to get used to that. Okay, now it'll go back. So it's got an adjustment here. There's going to be a learning curve with this one too, if it works. Okay, it actually comes with 3 needles. The one that's in here, which I believe is a 5.5 millimeter, and then it comes with a 0.3 millimeter and a 0.8 millimeter and appropriate nozzles. There's a 0.8, 0.3. It comes with three different paint cups, and this one is on par, I guess, with the Iowa, looks to me. Does that screw on or clip on? Maybe that's why it's so cheap. You can't get the lid off. Well, we'll figure it out. And then it comes with a larger one. And all being well, I'm not going to have to make brass caps. Although that was fun. Okay, so we got this hose, which I don't need. At least I don't think I do. Unless it looks like there's some sort of instructions underneath here. Okay. Timber Tech, professional airbrush tools. Timber Tech. Hey, it's got the Canadian flag there. Well, that's nice. Wonder where this thing's made. Where's this thing made? You know, I don't actually know. I called it a cheap Chinese knockout, but it could be made here in North America. Although I kind of doubt it. Not for that price. On the other hand, you never know. Maybe it says on the box here. Be careful not to scratch my paint job here. Made in China. Okay, that's what I thought. That's all right. Hey, just because it's made in China doesn't mean it's not good or can't be good. Most of my heavy-duty professional tools done in my workshop are made in China or Taiwan. Now, I know if you live in Taiwan, you don't want to think of yourself as being Chinese, but okay, let's not get political here, Ron. Okay, we'll try this out sometime, but not today. So thanks for watching, everybody. And forget that. We were going to talk about this first. Bear with me. Let me recompose. Okay, I got my light coming in from an acute angle from the left here to cast a shadow so that this will really show up. And I think we all are aware of the size of Mr. T's pointing device. So, yeah. I'm going to just try and sand that flush. I might do it later this afternoon or this evening, in which case it'll be in tomorrow's rollback because I will video it. That was sure too bad. I should have realized how bad that was before I put my first coat on here. But the first coat covered pretty good. Like if you remember, the black was quite predominant right here where I'm touching, and yet it covered it really well. I think the second coat is going to go on really well. Now if I can get the hull red to go on that well, and I don't see why we can't. Okay, anyway, that's going to be in tomorrow's episode. So thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we will see you tomorrow.